Let's see here. Mic audio, regular audio, and we should be live. So yeah, it's going on 2 a.m. Got back from Japan Friday afternoon. Landed in the a.m. in Houston. Landed in the p.m. Back in Memphis. Then of course, like a couple hours to get home. When did I get home? It was like 5, 6, 7 o'clock, something like that. I don't remember exactly, but basically I had to get back. Did my meal prep because I didn't have any food made at the house. Driving back was I drank like 1 3/4 of a Monster like coffee, which I haven't had a Monster coffee in a long time. But I got the Irish cream and the Mocha Mocha, whatever it's called. I haven't had either of those in probably like 10 years. Just because I don't buy coffee whenever I'm out. Usually I just drink coffee at home. And whenever I am out, I buy stuff like coconut water and stuff. But I needed some energy. That way I could get home and do my meal prep and unpack and just start preparing for work over the weekend. And we finished both of the all-nighters at work. Kind of painful. It wasn't too bad staying up. And I actually had to drop by college whenever I got off work. I had to wait for college to open, which wasn't pleasant because I got off work at 6 a.m. and had work. College didn't open until 8 a.m., so I had to visit them. And yeah, we're finally back and settled in. Have kind of unpacked the luggage already. Have to do laundry this week. I'm actually supposed to be asleep right now, but my Anki, like I did quite a few of my Anki reviews like earlier today while I was waiting for college to open, but there's actually quite a bit more studying to do, so I figured I would open up and actually study some on stream and talk some. Get my kanji book out. Because I take like my workbook and I try to like study some while I'm on breaks at work and like start writing my kanji while I'm at work because I have quite a bit of downtime at work. It's a job that's not super strict, so I do actually get to knock some studying out while I am at work, which definitely helps between the 2 12-hour shifts. Otherwise, those would be incredibly painful to pull off. Yeah, we are back. And again, supposed to be asleep, but I woke up. I'm not feeling tired. I went to bed at like 10 p.m. Then I woke up at like 11 something. It took me a little bit to go back to sleep. And then I woke up again at like 1 o'clock. And I feel like not sleepy at all. So I figured I still have quite a bit of reviews today. I was gonna push them back to tomorrow. I did it. I knocked out. Let's look at my Anki. I knocked out the N5 deck. Still have the N4 deck to do. Did some of it. Still have some of my own Japanese sentences to do, and like quite a few kanji flashcards. My deck resets. I changed it that way. It resets at. When does it reset at? Did I change it to 2 or 3? I think I changed it to 3. Yeah, it resets at 3 o'clock. I think that's what I set it to, because it was 4 o'clock originally, but now it's 3 o'clock. So I do have a little bit of time. I can try to knock some more of this out and go back to sleep and wake up at 6 a.m. It's going to take a little bit to get my sleep schedule is completely messed up anyway, because on weekends I work 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. Saturday into Sunday, and then Sunday into Monday. And then during the week, Tuesday through Friday, I usually try to go to sleep around 11 or 12 p.m. Well, 11 p.m., 12 a.m., and I try to sleep until 6 or 7 a.m. is usually whenever I try to get up and start going. So, like, my schedule is usually screwed up anyway. And of course, just getting back from Japan, and I've been on a 14-hour time difference. I'm used to being 14 hours into the future compared to where I am, compared to the time of where I live. So, yeah, it's going to take a little bit to get over, I guess, the jet lag and get back used to the time change. I'm checking stuff on my computer, seeing if there's any updates or notifications on anything. It's looking like college is going to go pretty well. We had some things come up, like one of the classes that I was supposed to take for my degree was canceled, and basically with the prerequisites for the future classes, since that class got canceled for this semester, it would make it where I wouldn't be able to graduate next May. So I ended up changing degrees. That way I can still graduate next year, and I can transfer and hopefully stay on track to transfer to the other university and finish off my bachelor's there. Good Lord, where am I supposed to be going? There we go. All right, we're back. I have YouTube pulled up again. Quite a few YouTube tabs open up. A bunch of these Japanese ones I really need to go through and mine. I have them just pulled up sitting there. Yeah. What is that? Oh, listening practice. Oh, that's just the thing that I made, the playlist. But yeah, I figured I would stream a little bit. Didn't buy a whole lot this trip, so it's probably not even going to be worth making a devoted YouTube video for what I got from Japan this trip, because there's honestly not a lot I would be able to show off. There are some things I can show off, some of the things that I got. But mostly what I got, honestly, was like H manga and its explicit dojin, or 18 dojin. So I would not be able to show those on YouTube unless I like put sticky notes covering all the naughty parts, and that seems like a really big pain for however many dojin I got. It's definitely the most amount of dojin I've ever picked up from Kamikit. I ended up going and buying basically everything that I saw that I wanted, in the areas that I wanted, so we ended up with quite a bit. But I can show off some of the stuff because some of them I got is not explicit, like the ones from Reiji Miyajima and Hiroyuki. Those are not explicit, so I can show those off. Might be some more that I can show off. Where even is? Oh, there it is. We have so many dojin, and I really need to go through them. And of course we have this, and we got these. These show anything? I don't think they do. Well, this might not be able to show that. What about the fan? Fan should be fine. All right, we got some stuff to show off on the stream, just in case anyone shows up or ends up watching this at any point. But this is some of the stuff. Wow, that's from 2014. That's from a while ago. I guess he's still trying to give these off. We have what is his name? Shin Nihon Pepsito. Pepsito, I believe is like his regular name. Is like this little fan. I bought from him before, so I might actually already have one of these. And I went and seen him 2018 and 2019. I believe he's been at every Kamikit that I went to. We have this fan. I wanted to bring back like the other thing. Well, I did bring back some of the things, but basically whenever you're walking into Kamikit, there's a bunch of people that are handing out free things like as you walk to the main lines. and they're giving out fans because it's summer. They also had I didn't get one, but I saw a lot of people with Holo the Wise Wolf from Spice and Wolf. A bunch of people had fans of her. I would have liked to have gotten one of those, but I ended up getting this one. It gave that out. I already have one of those from one of the previous cons with different characters on it. And I also have this. Not even sure what I would use this for. I already have some of them, but sometimes the Dojin artists and Dojin circles, and sometimes they come with anime and stuff. But I guess it's like file folders, basically. But we have this from him. What's his name? Iso Curve. He also is like Allegro is also like one of the names he goes by. Most like Japanese artists, they have like a circle name and then like an artist name. It's like a lot of them are known by at least like 2 or 3 names. And of course, we got the Yotobato Volume 13 that I was reading on the train some. I was surprised that I was able to read quite a bit of it without looking up anything. It's still relatively easy to read. We got this is a new thing. This was yeah, it's new at August Kamikit. It's from Hiroyuki. It's basically a book with self-published book with I believe all of his like illustrations, not just from Kanojo Mo Kanojo, but from like all of the manga that he's did. So this is kind of cool. It's like a little art book slash dojin that he self-published. It was like 2,000 yen, I believe is what it was. I haven't actually read any of his other stories because only like half of the book is Kanojo Mo Kanojo, and the rest is illustrations from, I guess, his previous series, or maybe just illustrations in general. Yeah, it was really cool. Best girl right there. I forget her name, but she's best girl for sure. For sure. Need to get around to reading the manga at some point. Doesn't it have 2 seasons of the anime? I believe. Yeah. I don't think I ever finished season 2 fully. I believe I got busy with one of my Japan trips and I wasn't able to watch it all. But yeah, this is pretty cool. I don't believe there's anything explicit in it that I would need to censor. But it's really neat to see like how his style has changed. Like we're going, the further you go back, you can definitely tell like the older his works get. But yeah, it's almost like a different artist if you go back to like his earlier works. It's really cool to see how much his art style has changed and how much he's improved and grown into like his own style. But something that I didn't mention, weird. I didn't know this until recently, but the creator of Kanojo Mo Kanojo, he has a sister that was the artist for Bloody Monday. Hiroyuki doesn't use his real name. I don't know if she does either, but the art's by Koji Megumi, and I didn't know that they was related. It's so weird. But yeah, I'm gonna try to find a good page to show off. Like his sister's art style is like a full-on like seinen style art style for Bloody Monday, and then you have the sister draws that, and then the brother draws this like cute anime girls rom-com and stuff. It's just really cool to see like how different their styles are and how they turned out as like different mangaka. Used to be the Demotaku from 13 years ago. Yeah, I have no idea. 13 years ago, that was a long time ago. I would have been, it was 13 years ago, I would have been like 17, 18 years old. So yeah, I don't remember that. I do remember like my YouTube channel, like this channel, it used to be a mainly art focused channel. Like it was a skateboarding channel, then it was like an art focused channel, and then it just got into like manga reviews, then it got into anime collecting, then it went through a weird like video game phase where I was like really big into video games. Uh, yeah, that doesn't help at all. I, I I don't look back too much. I don't focus on the past too much. I'm the type that focuses on the now and the future. Um, so yeah, I don't remember a whole lot. I do remember working with some people. There are some people from like back then and a bit after that that I still like talk to. Like uh, M MJ 14 anime or MP anime 14 or whatever his name was. He ran it with his girlfriend then at the time. Like they're married and have kids now, but I still keep in contact with them. It's like Mushi Perpy 14 anime or whatever their name was. We actually collabed on some videos like way back. But he's one of the only ones I've really kept in contact with. Of course, there's Holden Reviews. I'm still friends with him, but I haven't talked to him in many, many years. Um, just never messaged each other on like Facebook, but we are friends on Facebook oddly for a very strange reason. But this is another neat little dojin thingy that I got. Um, it's basically a bunch of illustrations for the quintessential quintuplets. Um, yeah, I don't think there's anything explicit in it that I would need to censor, so I can show off most of these. The trip was well. There was like 2 earthquakes that happened, 3 typhoons that happened. But yeah, overall the trip was good. I had a good time. Went to Kamikit for the first time in like 5 years, so that was pretty cool. And what is it? Did I do anything else? Actually, no, I never got up to Ikebukuro. I kept saying that I was going to go up there, but I did go to some new places. So yeah, the trip was good. I'm planning the next trip for January. Gonna see if I can save up enough for that. But yeah, like 4 trips, and basically, if I do January, it's gonna be like 4 trips within like 13 months, which is incredibly expensive to do. And it's gonna be like 16, 17 grand spent on Japan trips. So it's quite a bit of money to be spending on Japan trips. But I do want to go back in January. Then I will have completed Japan in all of the seasons. If it was a contest, when would that have been? I do remember entering a bunch of contests back in the day, and I remember like a bunch of YouTube contests because I believe I placed in the first white manga, like manga drawing contest. I believe I actually held some of my own back then, like giveaways and stuff too. But as far as like contests, I do remember placing in quite a few of them back in the day. Uh, Oddly, like White Manga, I believe he's still on YouTube. I believe he still makes stuff. I haven't contacted him in a while, but he randomly messaged me on Facebook a few years back, and he like sent me like a new printing of his first like manga volume for what's the name of his manga? Good lord, I don't remember it off the top of my head. But he sent me like volumes 1 and 2. Like randomly out of the blue, he messaged me on Facebook, and we hadn't talked in years. Yeah, I went November last year, but with college, there's no way I will be able to. Yeah, Apple Black's the name of it. Yeah, he sent me like volumes because I have the first print run of Apple Black, and he sent Apple Black volumes 1 and 2 like 2 or 3 years ago, I think. It's been a little bit now, but he randomly messaged me and was like, "Hey, you want these volumes?" I was like, "Sure." I haven't talked to you in probably like 8 or 9 years, but sure, it's nice to meet you. Uh, but yeah, I would like to go in November again. I really enjoyed going in the fall. It's a very beautiful season to go to Japan in, but I do want to go in winter for sure. Just with college, there's no way I would be able to go in November, and I also have the JLPT Japanese language proficiency test, the N4, which I do need to sign up for. Registration open for that today, and I need to register for that like this week. That way I can reserve a spot. Hopefully they haven't filled up yet, and I have that like December 1st or 2nd, I think it is. It's Thanksgiving weekend. It's always on Thanksgiving weekend, which falls on like the end of November and beginning of December this year. So I do need to get out to that. Yeah, most of the time that I've went to Japan has been in the summer. I've gone 3 times in, wait, yeah, 3 times in summer. 3 times in summer, once in spring, once in fall, and winter is the only time I haven't gotten to go yet. Do I still draw? Yes, I do. But instead of pen and paper, I am now a digital artist, and that is one of my jobs, actually. That's one of the ways I make income. I have a normal job that's part-time, and then I draw part-time, and I am college full-time. That way I can get my degree and move to Japan. That's the goal. We're finally going to move to Japan. But yeah, I've met the creator of Rent a Girlfriend. I've been meaning to show these off again. I'm honestly not really sure what these are. It's he does short omaki in it, and a bunch of other artists, I guess, that he knows also did short omaki for them. These might be online. I believe they're pretty old. Yeah, this is from 2019, so that actually would have been the comic that I went to. That's from 2019, so I wouldn't have been to that one. And then we have this one, which is the newest one that he did, as well as these, which I'll show those off too. But he also published basically like a little manuscript in omaki for, which chapter is it? 2020, chapter 220 through 222. Yeah, we have that. And it's basically his storyboards, and there's also some like final pages, I guess. I'm not caught up on the Rent a Girlfriend manga, so I'm not exactly sure. Oh dang, that's pretty messed up. I just saw that. It's when his grandma finds out that Chizuru is like a Rent a Girlfriend. He sees it, she sees it on the phone, but yeah. Let's catch up on these comments. Do you still draw? I did remember white manga and holding reviews. It was nice. Yes, I stay very busy. I'm busy pretty much about 14 to 16 hours, 7 days a week is everything that I stay busy doing, between like studying Japanese, both of my jobs, working out, running. I got really into health and fitness and productivity. I have a bunch of books I need to be reading and that I've been reading on. We have Deep Work, Feel Good Productivity, which is by a YouTuber. This is by Robin McPherson. How to maintain languages, because languages is something that I've gotten really into, and that's what I'm going to college for, is partly languages. And this is from another YouTuber. I still like to support and buy YouTube stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna be moving to Japan. Let's see here, 2027, 2028 is when I'm hopefully gonna try to move there. I'm gonna graduate, and I want to take like a full year, like after college, like 6 months to a year, to save up as much as I possibly can before I try to move there. That way I have a good cushion of income, well, a good cushion of savings to sit on. Because being a teacher in Japan, which is what I will probably be doing, is not a good paying job. I haven't played tennis. I believe I played some in the spring. I played a little bit of tennis in the spring, but over the summer, and of course currently, I've just been way too busy recently. But yeah, I believe I played some in the spring. pretty sure I posted about it on Instagram probably the last time I played, or it might have been my Facebook. I am not very good at tennis because I do not get to play tennis much, and I'm not very good at skateboarding anymore because I skateboard like 2 or 3 times a year, unfortunately. I wish I could skateboard more, and I actually want to. I'm hopefully going to make it a lot longer than 65. Make it to 65. Um, I'm going to be mid 30s whenever I move to Japan, and I want to be healthy there. That way I can have a wife and we can be healthy and hopefully have kids, and I can live a long time healthy in Japan. That's the goal. Yeah, tennis is it's really good cardio. I just find it really fun. It's good exercise. Though it does horrible on my elbow. I get horrible tennis elbow because it's like I play right-handed tennis, and I've fallen on this elbow so much. There's a bunch of scar tissue and like chips of bones and like bone spurs, and just my the right side of my body is really messed up from skateboarding, and just that's the side I fall on because I'm goofy footed. And so I if I play tennis for like a long time, it like I'm not even talking that long. I mean like 30 minutes to an hour is all I can do in tennis, and it like destroys my elbow, and it takes me like days to heal. Uh, Thankfully, my ankles and legs and stuff are like really good from like 20 years of skateboarding. So my legs are like really strong. So I haven't really noticed too much damage from tennis on my legs. But my legs are messed up for sure too. I'm eventually in the future. I'm probably going to need a knee replacement, a hip replacement, and probably going to have elbow surgery at some point, and there might be some more stuff too. I don't use a heavy racket, but just the repeated vibrations, I guess, hurts my elbow. It definitely hurts my elbow because every time I extend my elbow, there's a bunch of cracking and popping every time I extend it. Which is funny because this isn't even the elbow that I broke. I've just injured it a whole lot, and there was a swell bow. It's mostly went away, but for years and years after my teens and into my 20s, like in my mid-teens, I fell off a picnic table skateboarding, and I had this huge swell bow on my elbow, and for like years and years, it never fully went away. It's mostly went away, but there's still a little bit of swelling there. Um, but oddly, it's like my left elbow is the elbow that I broke in the motorcycle accident, so that one would probably be just as messed up too. It still catches every now and then, like my left elbow. Whenever I hold it like a certain way, whenever I hold my left arm a certain way, and then I'll go to extend it, it'll actually like lock up, like it won't extend. So I have to re-bend my elbow, and then I can extend it. So yeah, my body's pretty messed up after years and years of just destroying it. Skateboarding, go kart accidents, motorcycle accidents, vehicle accidents, the types of jobs that I've did have done destroyed my body quite a bit. So that's one of the things that got me into fitness and working out. It's because I was actually losing mobility in my like right shoulder. Like my right shoulder was doing really bad. It's doing better now, but in 2022 and 2023, it got like really bad. Like I wasn't able to do this. I wasn't able to fully like wasn't able to bring my arm up and touch the other side of my head. Like I could go to like this far because I actually lost mobility in my shoulder. It was just so messed up. So I started working out and stretching regularly, and that's definitely helped out with it. And just eating better, taking better care of myself. Yeah. My right knee's still screwed up though. be. It's 2 o'clock. Let me see if Anki's reset. I don't remember if I moved it to 2 or 3. Alright, it's 3 o'clock. So I'm probably going to end the stream here in a little bit because I really need to try to grind these Anki decks out. That way I can knock them out for the night. Get my Japanese study finished, then get back to bed. And I'm waking up at 6 a.m. today, which is after I finish studying, probably like 3 hours of sleep. So I haven't sold my English manga yet. The first thing I'm going to start selling off, I decided this while I was in Japan. During this last trip in Japan, I finally decided, yeah, I'm going to sell off my video game collection. I've finally decided that. I'll probably start with like the Sega Saturn collection, try to start selling it off, but we're going to start selling it off bit by bit. I haven't sold off my English manga. It's still over there. Probably couldn't make a whole lot off of most English manga. Like there's some volumes for like some series that would be worth quite a bit, but then you have like your mainstream shonens, which you're probably aren't worth a whole lot. But I would definitely need to get on eBay and see what things have been selling for, because I stopped collecting English manga years ago, so I haven't really kept up with prices. And it might be something to look into. For now, I'm planning to keep my manga collection, English and Japanese. The only thing I'm for sure going to sell off at the moment is most of my video game collection. I'm going to keep some things, like certain series and maybe certain consoles. Like I might keep my N64 collection, because I have like somewhere between like around a third of the full North American releases, the full North American releases for that, because one of my goals was to finish off the N64 like a full set. So I might keep that, or I might just start selling it off too, because video games, they take a lot of time, and the way I am now, there's no way I'm ever going to make time to play video games again. So first I'm going to sell off video games. I might start selling off anime. I'm not fully sure, because I don't watch anime DVDs or Blu-rays anymore. I just watch online now. I rarely pull off DVDs or Blu-rays anymore, unfortunately. Might try to start watching more on DVD and Blu-ray. Not sure. But yeah, the only thing selling off for sure right now is going to be video games. Going to start on that this year. It's going to take a while to sell off everything, or most of the things, because I have a pretty substantial video game collection. But we're going to start with that. And a bunch of my stuff I probably wouldn't be able to sell. There's not really a market for a lot of things. Figures might be something that I start selling off. I have quite a few figures. There's some that I definitely want to keep, but there's some like Queen's Blade. I could probably sell that one off for a decent price. And I don't have really much connection to that. I definitely want to downscale my figure collection, and whenever I move to Japan, my full collection is just going to stay here. It's going to like go in storage or something. There's no way, because I'm going to be in an apartment, and the apartments are like really small in Tokyo, which is where I'm hopefully going to be living. And it's even if I could afford to bring my collection over, I couldn't physically store it like in Tokyo. I would not make that much money. I would have to buy like a house like outside of Tokyo or in the countryside, just buy a house and put my collection there. But at that point, it would honestly probably be cheaper to rebuy everything in Japanese, because Japanese manga is so cheap in Japan that I could just replace everything over there for cheaper than shipping the stuff over there from here. So I'm not planning to get rid of my full collection over here, but it's definitely gonna go in storage. There might be very select things that I do decide to bring over, but for the most part, I think I'm gonna leave my collection over here in the States, because I'm not fully sure if I'm gonna live there permanently. The first goal is to do a year in Japan. I want to make sure I like it. And if I like that, I'm going to continue living there for like the 5 years on work visas until you can become like a resident or get married, whichever comes first. We're going to work on the married part as soon as I get there and I'm able to date more because I've been dating over there, just meeting people, dating people, and hooking up and stuff. But it's hard to like convince someone. It's like, hey, you want to date like full time, and I'm only going to be there maybe like 2 or 3 times a year for like 2 or 3 weeks. So like dating over there is like really hard. Uh, I used to be more attached to my collection. Like I used to be a lot more attached. Like it meant more. But as your collection gets bigger and bigger, it seems to mean less and less, because you realize you have way more stuff than what you're able to consume. Like you just don't have the time for it, and you just lose that connection with your collection. It's I don't feel as attached anymore. Like I could sell it off. There are some things that I still would be attached to. Like my first manga ever was Bleach Volume 22, so I definitely would never get rid of that. Like that one holds a special place to me. And there's some that I definitely have a connection to, like Astro Boy. Like I have the full set of Astro Boy, and uh, some of the like rarer stuff that would be harder to replace if I ever wanted to replace it would be difficult. But a lot of it I'm not really connected to. Is my Japanese? Uh, my Japanese is, I would say, very basic fluency. I'm able to speak with the Japanese people. I'm able to hold basic conversations. If there's like more than one person talking, or if the one person talks like really fast, I'm not really able to understand them. But even if I'm not able to understand like every word they say in Japanese, there's a lot of times where I'm able to comprehend what is like through the context of what we're talking about. I'm able to understand like what they're saying. Um, but yeah, I'm able to talk with Japanese. I only talk whenever I'm in Japan. I'm at the point in my Japanese journey where I don't want to do too much output. I only do output in Japan. So I don't get a lot of speaking practice. I only do it whenever I have to, or like whenever I'm on dates with someone, or because only two of the people I've met up with was able to speak English. The rest was Japanese. So we just speak in Japanese, and whatever I'm not able to convey in Japanese or understand, we just use our phones like Google Translate, and that's just enough to get by. But yeah, I'm able to have like basic conversations. I'm not able to go like deep conversation yet, but we're getting there. Hopefully by the end of this year and into next year, I'll be at basic fluency, whatever your definition of fluency is, because it's really difficult to say. Because I'm a native English speaker, but am I truly fluent in English? There is thousands of English words that I probably do not know. So, can you truly say that I'm fluent in English, even though I do not know the language fully? It's impossible to know the full language. Uh, well, I've already been dating over there. I've been on quite a few dates, quite a few hookups. I don't know if I'm just meeting up with like gaijin hunters or what, but dating over there is like really easy, for me anyway. Maybe it's because I'm assertive and put myself out there, but over this last trip, like I got on Bumble dating. I didn't really want to do a lot of dating this time, um, but I ended up swiping right on like 7 people total. I swiped left on like two because they was like foreigners, and I don't want to date foreigners in Japan. I want to date Japanese people. That's like I swiped right on like 7 of them. I matched with 5 of them, and I met up with like 3 of them, and I hooked up with one of them. So like dating over there is like way easier than in the States. Like dating in the States is a nightmare. I completely I've written off dating over here basically because the pool of women is like horrible. It's horrible. Dating over here, if you've tried dating over here, it's horrible. But yeah, dating over there, yeah, I don't know if they're just wanting to hook up or what, but uh yeah, it's definitely a lot easier than over here. But again, it's difficult to date right now for over there because again, it's hard for me to want to say to them it's like let's make it official. Let's be a real couple whenever it's like I'm only going to be there. I'm not able to move there for like another 3 to 4 years and I'm only going to be able to visit there 2 to 3 times a year at most because it's very expensive. I really need to be traveling less. I should be saving my money instead of doing these Japan trips. But I just really enjoy being in Japan. I just love it over there so much that I'm trying to go as much as I can. Um, because those years, it was like 4 years during the pandemic before they like opened up fully to allow people over there. So I guess I'm trying to make up for like lost time and uh, just visit as much as I can. All right. Well, I should definitely end the stream now because my Anki deck is going to be resetting in 30 minutes, and I have a lot of kanji to go over. Um, this is my kanji book because I've on top of the JLPT, I'm actually planning to start taking the Kanken test, which is like kanji test, and you actually need to know how to write kanji and know the stroke orders because every kanji has its own unique stroke order that you have to write it in. So I've been memorizing stroke orders while I've been learning kanji and trying to get better at writing it as well. So, yeah. Well, it's not just a her, it's multiple people. Like, I still meet up and hook up with like some of the same people like multiple times on multiple different visits. So it's not like it's just one person. It's like I'm not trying to go study with one person right now. It's like I'm still playing the field and like hooking up with multiple people. But yeah, whenever I move over there, we'll try to settle down with like one for sure. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and end the stream here and slowly grind these kanji cards out. Oh, it's gotten more difficult to do the kanji cards, unfortunately, since I hit the other side of 1,000 kanji, and it's gotten where it's like more and more reviews. They're not sticking as well as it did. Like the first 500 to 700 kanji was pretty easy, but these last like what is it, 4 to 500 have been giving me a hard time. Like there's 1 or 200 of them that are just not sticking in my head for some reason, and I keep having to fail them, and I see them like every couple days. So yeah, kanji is getting a little difficult. It's going to be really difficult once I get to like 2,200. Like that's the main kanji. You have 2,200 is the main ones. Once I get all those done, by the end of this year, I'm gonna hopefully be done with all those. But for right now, the main focus is memorizing the vocab and getting ready for uh, the N4 test, the JLPT N4 test in December. Gotta be prepared for that. That way I can pass it on my first attempt, since we only get one chance here in the States to take the Japanese test every year. So you definitely want to make sure to pass. But yeah, I will. I'll see you guys later. I don't know if I'll stream more. I'll stream tomorrow, but it's going to be on my other YouTube channel. I'll be doing a study with me stream for like maybe 2 or 3 hours. And I actually need to start doing some video editing and a bunch of other stuff. Tomorrow's going to be a really busy day. So, yeah, a bunch of laundry to do. Got to catch up on a lot of things from being away from the country for a couple weeks. So, yeah, I will see you guys later.